Today, Sarah and I are going to make some grissini. If you've ever been to an Italian restaurant or to Italy, you probably have been welcomed by a basket full of grissini, which are those long breadsticks that are very crunchy. Here, I'm just going to put the yeast inside this bowl as well as this diastatic malt powder. We're going to mix it all up and set it to the side. So anyways, these grissini are always a wonderful thing to be greeted with when you go and sit down and wait for your meal. Here goes the salt, and we're going to mix it into the flour. Very kindly and generously, Chef Lorenzo Boni, our Instagram friend, gave us this recipe to share with you guys. And here I'm going to put the oil as well as a little bit of lard, and we're going to rub the lard right into the flour. So the lard has been well mixed in. We're going to make a well, add the yeast with the malt as well as the rest of the water. And now we're just simply gonna knead this dough and allow it to rise after it's well kneaded and brought together and smooth. Now, of course, the best tools in the world, your hands. And we're gonna bring this all together and work it until it's a nice smooth dough. As you can see, the dough has come together, but now I'm going to cover it up, let it rest for about 10 minutes, and then we will work it one more time. 10 minutes are up, and now we're going to work it, and you will see immediately as to how the dough is changing. It becomes so much smoother. You see, already the surface is nice and smooth. I'm going to work it just a little bit more, and then we will allow it to rise. We're going to transfer this dough into a glass bowl, cover it up with plastic wrap, and allow it to rise. And here is our dough. Absolutely beautiful. It has at least doubled, maybe tripled in size. We're going to put a little bit of flour on our work surface and allow the dough to come out. I'm going to try as best I can not to degas it too much. And place it right on here. I'm going to flip it over, kind of place it into this rectangular shape, and then begin to cut strips off, just like this. We're going to take the strips and elongate them, and we'll make them as long as we need for the pan, the size of the pan we will use. As you can see, we have this pan with parchment paper where we have already made some grissini before, and what's nice about parchment paper, you can use it over and over again. We're going to, well, let's lay them across this way. There we go. And we're going to keep cutting and stretching these pieces of dough out. Just gently. It stretches very easily. And they don't have to be perfect at all. That's kind of the beauty of grissini, that they're rustic, but at the same time, very delicious and satisfying. They're also really good when you serve them with some cold cuts. Here are our last two little pieces. And as you can see, they're far from being perfect, but that's what's gonna make them even so much more unique. Now you possibly could even twist them like that and make a few like this. Many place toppings on them, whether it's in the dough or on top of the dough. On a few of them we might put a few sesame seeds. We have another pan, let me show it to you, where we already prepared some. I placed a bit of oil here, and on just a few of them we're going to brush them with oil and then sprinkle some of these sesame seeds on top. You could put some chopped rosemary on it as well, or poppy seeds. Those would be very nice as well. Oops. Or some sea salt. There we go. We have a gentle fire going in the marinara wood-fired oven, but let's check the temp, and it is still a bit too hot, so we're gonna let it cool off a bit before we put the grissini in. The oven finally is at the right temperature. We're gonna place these guys in and let the oven do its magic. We'll close the door and as well partially close the damper on the chimney. Let's peek inside. See back here. Yeah, they're this nice light golden brown and they're absolutely perfect. And check these out with the sesame seeds on them. Perfect. Let's put the other ones in. Let's peek at the second batch. And oh yes, perfect. Nice and crunchy and a beautiful golden color. And here we are with our beautiful grissini. We even packaged some up to bring over to a friend's house for dinner. And then we also prepared a few slices of prosciutto, some radishes, some parmigiano reggiano, olives, and I am going to wrap a piece of prosciutto right around it. And look at there. This will be an amazing appetizer. Listen to that crunch. So good. Buon appetito.